starting the bulletin with some breaking inputs that are coming in. BSF has shot down a Pakistani drone carrying narcotics. Yes, this has been done near Amritsar border, and the consignment that the Pakistani drone was carrying had narcotics in it, and these are the latest visuals that are getting in. This is a crackdown on narco terror by the BSF forces. A Pakistani drone has been shot down near Amritsar border, and for more on this we are being joined by Shivani. Shivani, what more can you tell us? Shivani, if you can listen to me, Shivani, you're on Times Now. Please tell us all the latest updates that we are getting in. BSF has shot down a Pakistani drone.
See, this has become a regular pattern now. Every day, almost, the BSF troops that are alert on the borders with Pakistan, they are detecting and they are shooting down these drones that are approaching Indian territories. And this drone has been shot down at Amritsar in one of the villages at the borders. And the BSF troops, they heard some sound, and there was this quadcopter that was carrying drugs along with it. It was 2 kg, 2 big packets of drugs, and it was shot down by the BSF troops. And it was found that this was a Pakistani drone, and the make of the drone was also identified. And there was a small torch also that was attached to this drone for the smugglers to identify that this consignment is reaching them. So you can just see how the nexus is working. And every day, the BSF troops along the borders, they are just crushing these nefarious designs of Pakistani smugglers who are trying to intrude the Indian borders. Sometimes we also see there are weapons along with these quadcopters, and they are being shot down regularly. So we see this as a regular pattern that's happening almost every day.
Right, Shivani, this was another attempt by Pakistan to smuggle narcotics. And how is the Indian troops always shooting them down?
See, there are the standard operating procedures. The alert BSF troops on the borders whenever they see any kind of suspicious movement, either of men on ground or in the air of these quadcopters and drones. They just shoot them down, and before they reach the Indian territories, they are shot down, and they are identified that what is this quadcopter, and is this carrying any weapon, or is this carrying any drugs. So most of the time these quadcopters are being used by Pakistan, and they try to intrude the Indian borders along the western side and Punjab. Most of the time this happens in Punjab, and they are being shot down, and many times these weapons and these drugs are recovered. And in this particular quadcopter also, we've seen there was a consignment of drugs that was being attached to the drone along with the help of a ring. And to identify this, there was a torch which was emitting red light, and the quadcopter was shot down, and then these drug packets were recovered. And this has now become a very regular pattern. Every day, almost every day, the alert BSF Jawans along the borders, they are just finding such kind of movement with these drones and quadcopters that enters. And many times these quadcopters are of Chinese make, so they are being used by Pakistani smugglers, but they are of Chinese make. So you can understand the nexus between Pakistan, China, and they have been trying to intrude the Indian borders, and every time they do so, their designs are failed by the alert BSF troops.
Right. Thank you, Shivani, for giving us all the latest updates, and we'll be keeping a close track.